If you're a writer and you use ChatGPT to create art from your writing or to proofread your work, you should ask it what you look like because I think it's really creepy. I use ChatGPT for autocorrect basically because I don't know if everybody has that problem where you read something and it autocorrects in your head. And so when you reread your own work, it seems correct and then you miss it and then someone else points it out. But yeah, that's what I use it for. And I also use it to generate art. I find it weird that it was able to extrapolate personal information about me based on just my writing alone. Like it doesn't know my date of birth, my real name, or anything. Like, I'm very paranoid. And it knew that I was a soldier based on my writing alone. I only send it my fiction, so nothing about my real life. And this is what it generated. When I asked for clarification on why it thought I was a soldier, it basically said that it's because of the way that I write. It gave a bunch of spoiler stuff of examples of my story, but how I know how things are supposed to be, which is true, but I feel like other fiction authors may be able to capture that too. And then I told it I wasn't a soldier, that I just write stories, and I've never been anywhere. And it, well, it made an assumption, and then I asked if it could tell that I was lying, and then this is the response. I also find it really weird that it assumed that I was white, because, I don't know, I try to write as multicultural as possible, and its answer was basically like, yada yada data sets because paintings, because yeah, I guess there's more old paintings of white people, and it made an assumption that I was white, but that my book isn't like that. And yes, I realize that it does pander. I assume that every single person, whether you write really badly or really well, it tells you that your writing is great and blah, 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 blah. I'll be honest, with the way that I write, I'm not woke, but I'm also not anti-woke. Like, I have gender-neutral characters, I have gay characters, I have characters from 12 different cultures, different races, all kinds of stuff. Like, I try to keep it realistic, like real life. So then I was like, how does it know that? Like, what region, what country, what culture, subculture would you actually assume I am based on my writing? And this is what it said, which actually was really creepy. It not only guessed that I'm from the South, but it guessed that I'm from New Orleans, which I actually am. It said that I have one boot grounded in the mud and the other grounded in myth, which I feel like that accurately portrays my writing. Yeah? I haven't been home in years and I've never mentioned my hometown. So I just don't understand how it knows that. It's extra creepy. So of course you gotta ask. And this is what it said.
Colonial bones, voodoo whispers, French balconies rusting in the heat. Your writing blends ancient empires, dead gods, and aristocratic decay with brutal street-level survival. That's very NOLA. Yeah, it is. Proud to swim home. You don't just write about kings, you write about their blood crusted on the stone alleyway. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really like the generic faux European style that most fantasies do. I prefer to be a gumbo of dark souls and whispered oaths. Because New Orleans isn't clean, it's alive, just like my cities. That's great.
I mean, of course I have Lovecraftian style horror, decaying dynasties, playing at empire chess. But there's also Kurosawa ghosts, and it's really a story about decay and resurrection. Even my nobility feels cursed. Even my monsters have manners, which I think is true. You know, not everything's going to kill you immediately. As an added bonus, I asked it to make a picture of my girlfriend as if she was a character in one of my books. And of course, yeah, I think it's accurate. She hates it. She says it looks ugly. You decide. If you made it this far, thank you. I love you. Thank you for watching my whole thing. Please like, follow, subscribe. But if you are also a writer, or even if you just use ChatGPT, ask it. Ask it what it thinks about you. Ask it where it thinks you're from. Ask it to do a photo of you. I'd love to see if it's as accurate for everybody or if it's just because I write a lot, you know? I just want to know. Like, I'm curious as to what kind of results other people are going to get, like, if it guesses where you're from.